FlossTube, it's Brittany again. I just want to wish everybody a happy new year. I didn't do a video yet this year, so once again I hope everybody had a happy holiday and a wonderful new year. I know I did. I had to work, but that was okay. It was really busy, and it was really busy. So and I also want to, before I get started on everything else, just want to thank everybody for their kind words and their support with my last video, or the last half of my last video. Being able to come out and say those things to you guys really took a lot of courage, and your feedback and your nice comments, and everybody's response was really, really great, and I'm really glad to be part of such a welcoming and understanding community. You guys are simply amazing. I actually had a donation to my GoFundMe. Whoever it was that made the donation knows who they are, so thank you so much. It's greatly appreciated. That was a wonderful gift. I was not expecting that at all, actually, so thank you. And if you hear any weird noises, my cat is playing with a cord right below my feet, so I'm really sorry if you hear weird noises. So yeah, I just wanted to put a thank you out there to all of you for being so supportive, because I was a little scared of putting that kind of stuff into one of my FlossTube videos. I wasn't sure the kind of response that I was going to get, but everybody was awesome. So thank you guys so much. And if there's any questions that you guys have that you want to ask, there she goes. If you have any questions that you want to ask me, whether it be about my stitching or, you know, the things that I go through, you guys can for sure message me and I'll try to answer you the best that I can. I really don't have a problem at all sharing with you guys, since you guys are just so amazing. I really, really do appreciate each and every one of you. For all of you that follow, subscribe, watch my videos, give me awesome support, you know, and oh gosh, brain, words, give me some advice on my stitching, and that that's really great. I'm really hoping that this year is going to be a good year for my stitching. I know I had mentioned that already once before, but I really hope that this year I can get a lot more done. My depression hasn't been as bad these last couple of weeks. Christmas kind of really put me in a better mood. I'm kind of on a different lease on life, if that's what you want to say. I have a different view, a different perspective now, and I'm gonna really do my best to make sure that I'm happy, or as happy as I can be, and try not to let my depression really get me down too much. I mean, if I'm gonna have some bad days, I know that, but I'm really hoping that I can keep it under wraps so that I can keep stitching instead of being down in the dumps all the time and not feeling like doing anything, because that's no fun. Now, this new year, there's 2 weeks, we're already 2 weeks into the new year. That's crazy. I can't even believe that. So I've got, like I said, I'm in a rotation right now, where I'm just deciding on what I'm working on as I go along. I don't really have it set out as to say, this is the first week, this is the second week. I just, like, when the day is up, I look in my pile and go, yeah, I'll work on that this week. That's how I do mine. You guys do yours differently, and that's fine. But that's just how I do mine. I just pick up whatever it is I feel like working on that week and work on it for a week. I don't force myself to work on something if I'm not really feeling it. So, but, so my first week was my Nora Corbett. You guys saw part of her last week, so I have an update on her. My second week was my Game of Thrones pattern by Clouds Factory, so I started that. And my third week, which is starting today, I'm starting my weeks on Wednesdays. I know that's kind of weird, but that's how it's gonna go, because I started my Nora Corbett on a Wednesday and worked on her for a week, and Wednesday's my day off. I feel like I can stitch half the day on one project, half of the day on the other, and that gives me my week. And like I had mentioned before, the Facebook group Cross Stitches Fun is having the Haid sale, which I put into my rotation. I work on my Haid every Saturday and put in 100 stitches every Saturday. Or more if I feel like doing more, but the last 2 weeks I've only put in the 100 stitches that I am required for that week. So, and then I have a little bit of haul, not much to show you guys, but it is a little bit of haul, so I think I'll start with that first, just because I'm kind of excited about it. As you guys remember, last week I told you, or not last week, I'm sorry, my last video I told you guys that I had bought some needle minders, and again, I'm blaming Katie, the Stash Queen, for this, because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't like the Nifty Needle Nannies as much as I do, and that's where I got my needle minders from. So these are my little minders. I've got a Blingy Stormtrooper and Bambi. So the Bambi was my free gift. I purchased the Stormtrooper because I'm a Star Wars geek. I love the new movie. Oh my god, it was great. Anyway, and the Bambi I got because I'm working on the Disney Dreams Bambi's first year for the Sal and the group, the Cross Stitch It's Fun group on Facebook. So I'll be using this needle minder when I'm working on that project. So, and I've been using my Blingy Stormtrooper because I don't want to put Bambi into use until I'm doing that Sal. So the Stormtrooper's been my needle minder, and I broke the back. I was showing my mom how super awesome the magnets are and held them too far apart and let go, and it broke in half. So I'm just using a crappy magnet to hold the needle minder onto my fabric. So it works until I can like maybe purchase myself some just some rare earth magnets like this, just to replace these ones if they ever do break, because I might do that. But those are my minders, and I'm so happy for them. They just actually, like, my closet door here in my craft room is the exact same, so my needle minders just stick to my closet door until I can get a magnetized board to put them on, because I will do that, because I'll be ordering lots more, I'm sure. So those are my lovely needle minders that I love so much, and I love using. Now I'm trying to get into the habit of actually using them instead of putting my needle down like on the table or something like I'm used to, which is horrible because that's how I always lose my needles. Now you guys saw, I'm going to start with my Maple Kitsune progress. You guys saw last week what she looks like. I'm not going to show her now, like the finished picture, just because of the fact that I have it put away and I forgot to grab it, and I'm not going to go grab it. And I'm not going to edit my video to go and do that. So I put 100 stitches in. Now this isn't going to look like a lot of progress because 100 stitches on a Haid is not much, but it's progress. As Katie the Stash Queen says, one stitch in is one less that you have to do later. So I did actually a little bit more in the branch here. I put these stitches in up here and put in a little bit more filling in between the branches there. I'm kind of doing the one color at a time thing, just because that's what works best for me. There's a lot of confetti in here, see? I hate confetti. I'll actually tell you guys, like, you might see this in another video. One of these days I have to get out and show you guys everything that I have started that are like UFOs and have been UFOs for a long time. I need to do a video with all of that in it. I did, for those of you out there that are video game fanatics and are familiar with the Final Fantasy franchise, I actually started a Final Fantasy project of Lightning from Final Fantasy 13, and the amount of confetti stitches in that. Before I started on her before I even learned what parking was, and she is like a full coverage, kind of like the Haids. And back then, I tell you, I wish I had known what parking was or had found a better way to do it, because I just anyways, I'll definitely show her to you guys. Maybe in my next video I'll do that. I'll show you guys what all my UFOs are, my whips of shame, because they haven't been worked on for a very long time. Now, the friend that this cross stitch is for, the Game of Thrones cross stitch is for, he doesn't watch my videos. I'm pretty sure he doesn't even know I do YouTube, so we're safe to show what the picture looks like. He's not going to see it. And I'm trying really, really hard to make sure that my Instagram posts don't go through on Facebook, because if they do and he sees it, I'm going to be like, oh, cat's out of the bag. And I don't really want that to happen. So, anyway, not too much progress on it this week. I'm trying not to force myself to stitch if I really don't feel like it. Like, if I put some stitches in and I get somewhere, then I'm like, you know what? Hey, I worked on it. I feel good. I have a really itchy nose today. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not going to force myself, because that's how I got myself into a slump last year, and I'm not going to allow that to happen this year. So like I said, as long as there's some progress being made throughout the week, I'll be happy. So on this one, I'm doing the family of the Stark children and their dire wolves. Now I know they're dire wolves because I am actually watching the Game of Thrones now. I'm not very far in. I think I'm like 4 episodes in or something, but oh my gosh, what a show. I love it. Oh my gosh, I really do love it. I was putting it off and putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, but now that I'm watching it, I kind of binge watched it one day and like watched like 4 hours of it, and it was just like, I need to watch more. So soon you're gonna probably have a Game of Thrones nerd on your hands. Just a warning. You have a supernatural nerd on your hands. You might have a Game of Thrones nerd next. That'll be my next big thing that I'm into, is Game of Thrones. Anyways, so like I said, I'm doing the Stark children and their dire wolves, and this is from Cloud's Factory. And I'm stitching this on this Gold Stardust Ada. It's a DMC / Charles Craft fabric. But there we go. I've got Rob and Greywind, and Sansa and Lady. Now with Lady, I'm actually missing a color on her. Let me fold this over. So there's like another brown that has to go in, because she's not done. But I don't have it in my stash, so I have to order online the right stuff for it, because I am silly and don't have it. And then there's Sansa. Sansa was really easy to do. I like doing her, but I don't like her character. What I know of her now, I don't like her. Sorry. My favorite Stark children are actually Arya and Jon, even though Jon is only half Stark. But I still love Jon, so, but I'm sure he's really popular with like everybody, so I'm not the only one. And then I got Rob and Greywind. And then I stitched Ghost today, actually. I just did him up. There's 2 different colors of white in here. You can't really tell. So it's like B5200 and 3865, I think, are the 2 different colors of white in him. And I just used some stray leftover red floss. That's probably not even DMC, but I told myself that for the 4 stitches of red, I wasn't going to haul out a DMC bobbin and use, because I'm doing 3/1 on this for coverage sake, and I was just going to use some scrap. Because why not? His eyes are red. They could have been any color red. So that's it so far. And then, of course, Jon goes here. And then the Stark's name is going to go up here. And then under here is the other children. Arya, Bran, and the other one. I don't remember his name. See, I'm not into it that much yet. Like, I know them, but not really. And by the way, what I know right now, I do not like Joffrey. Just throwing that out there. In the words of Dean Winchester, that Joffrey's a... Not going to say the word on YouTube because it's not work friendly. Anyway, he's a jerk and I don't like him. So, at least that's from what I've seen of him, not a fan. But then again, I'm not... The only Lannister that I actually like is Tyrion. I like him. I like him a lot. And not just because he's little and feisty. I just like him. His character is pretty cool. Okay, and then my next whip, actually, is going to be my Nora Corbett. I have the picture for those of you who want to see it. And I can't show the Clouds Factory pattern just because of the fact that it's digital. So, sorry. And I'm not printing it out. So, there's Nora. I'm sorry that I'm never together in these videos, guys. I'm always like, ugh, making mistakes and being silly. And I'm playing with my cat. My toes. She's like right at my feet, sleeping curled up. Anyway, so this is Electra, sorry. Now I'm really proud of my progress on her. I worked on her for a week. From the, I want to say like the 29th of December, or the 30th of December, or 31st of December, whichever it is, till last Wednesday. Because last Wednesday I started working on the Game of Thrones, like I said. And I'm really happy with my progress. I didn't want to put her down, but I told myself I had to. So, let me just get the fabric folded over. I'm really loving her, guys. Like, there's my progress. So, I love the orange. Stitching orange was, like, so much fun. This is gray. I didn't even know that. Like in the picture, it looks really green, but it's gray. This big area here is gray, and then there's the green in here. But this is her elbow here, and then she'll be holding that big pumpkin. And her dress is really swirly, and oh, I just love it. I really didn't want to put it away, but she'll get her turn again next week, or not next week. Sorry, next week is going to be something else. But she'll get more work again, probably the first week of February. Because she's going to be my go-to whip when, like, say if the Game of Thrones during its week I finish it with a couple of days left over, then I'll pull out my Nora Corbett and work on her because I want to. And today's starting whip is going to be my Fall Fairy, which you guys saw last time. And this is where I'm starting from. So I'm hoping to get a little bit more back stitching done today, actually. And maybe, like, I know the fairy's hand comes in and around this area. So maybe I can start working on her arm or something. I don't know. But yeah, I'm really happy with this project. I really love it. And I'll be really happy to get the mate for it too. Woodland Enchantress, I think that's it. That's on my wish list and I really want to get it. And then there's a fairy tale one too, of like a princess riding on a horse. I really want to get that too, because I think that's part of that set. At least that's what I heard. Anyways. And I love how I went from my haul to my whips and back to my haul. Wow, okay, because I started with the needle minders and then jumped right into my whips and didn't even think to show you my other haul. My goodness, guys, I'm so sorry. My cat is loving this foot rub thing. Okay. So last time I told you guys that I was doing a couple of sales in the Cross Stitches Fun Facebook group. And I'm doing one for Owls and one for Disney. And that I had ordered these kits off of Amazon. They showed up like 5 days after I made my last video, so they arrived when they said it was going to, so I'm pretty happy about that. So here is Bambi's first year. Sorry for the glare. I love this so much. I really do. And I've learned from myself that I have a fetish with fall themes because the Fall Fairy, my Maple Kitsune, and this huge tree looks like it's, you know, in the middle of fall. I just, like, hello? Anyway, I'm loving it. And I like the way that the floss is already organized for you. That's great. I like that. The floss is probably not staying on these cards, let's be honest, but I think I'm going to love working on this. So if anybody else out there has this kit and is working on it, can you show me some progress pictures? I really want to see what it looks like stitched up, because I've never seen. Everybody else is doing like Little Mermaid and Snow White and Beauty and the Beast, but I've never seen the Bambi one done. So if anybody out there, if you're working on it, please show me some progress pictures. I'd love to see them because I want some motivation for this. And I think this was starting April 1st, if I'm not mistaken. And then the next one starts in, I think, August or September, somewhere in and around there. And that's for the owl cell. And then I got the wise owl. Gosh, the lighting in here is absolutely terrible today. There. So he's handsome bird. And this is going to be for my girlfriend. She had picked it out. Yes, I'm stitching another cross stitch for my girlfriend. What can I say? I love the needlework, and she really appreciates the peacock. I know she does. I haven't mailed it yet, but she appreciates it, and I know she does. I'm probably going to mail it out next week. Still waiting on my paycheck first. And then I'm sending out a couple packages to some friends. So, but again, fall theme. Look at those leaves. Like, it might be fall / early winter, but still. And this wasn't my choice. Like, I didn't pick this one out, but I really like it. I think it'll be fun to do. He's handsome. Could be a female too. I know nothing about owls. But yeah, it's very, very pretty. So that is my progress for this week. Hopefully the next time you see me, you'll have a lot more to see. I'm really hoping that I can get a lot of progress done, and there might not be any haul. Maybe there will. I don't know. My paycheck is pretty decent this time around, which I'm not used to having. I'm not used to having a chunk of money that's there that isn't for bills or, necessities. So I'll be able to actually start spending some money on stash. So I'm excited about that. So maybe I'll actually get an order in at Hand-Dyed Fabrics with Stephanie. And I might buy another couple of needle minders. I'm not really sure what I plan on doing yet. We'll have to see. And I know for sure I still need to buy that Twilight Silhouette kit from Dimensions, so I probably will purchase that soon. I saw on Amazon that they have it on sale, so I'm sure I should jump on that while I have the opportunity. But thank you guys again so much for all your support from my last video. And again, to the lovely lady who made the donation. That is so greatly appreciated, and I'm lost for words. There is so much appreciation for that. Really, there is. So thank you so much again, everybody. I know I'm thanking you guys left, right, and center, but you really have no idea how much the response that I got from my last video, you have no idea how great that made me feel, and put my mind at rest, because I was so concerned that I might get some negative feedback from people, and oh, well, you're just using it as a way to get attention and yada yada yada. There's people out there, Anyway, but you guys are so great and so supportive, and I appreciate each and every one of you. So again, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing and liking and commenting. You guys are really amazing. The cat almost knocked over a lamp. Anyway, yeah, so I hope you guys have a great stitchy week or stitchy couple of weeks, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!